Hello everybody, this is SeetherCord and welcome to yet another installment of my SeetherTalks series, episode 9. And as per usual with about 90% of these SeetherTalks episodes, I'm going to discuss the furry community. How freaking original! But yes, today we will be discussing furries yet again. Now for today's episode of SeetherTalks, I'm going to be discussing the concept of fursuits and public fursuiting. Now I'm pretty much, as for most people within the furry community are aware, is that fursuits are owned by a very small portion of the furry community. In my personal opinion, I feel as if less than 10% of furries own a fursuit, or at least a part of a fursuit. Now when it comes to fursuits, I feel like an aspect of the furry fandom that very few people within the community are able to experience is fursuit outings, where you travel out in public in fursuit, be it by yourself or within the group. And trust me, there are tons of videos of that on YouTube. Now, the concept of fursuiting in public has always been a kind of iffy subject for me because of the potential dangers that come with it. But even though with that, I'm going to discuss my opinions on how to fursuit properly, as well as my own personal experiences with fursuiting in public. Let's get right on into it, shall we? Now, even though I do own a fursuit, I've only gone out publicly within my fursuit about 2 times. Now, one of the times I did go out fursuiting in public was for a charity event at a local cafe where we were raising money for autism awareness. When I went there, I wasn't the only one who was dressed up. It was also a bunch of other people that were dressed up, be it for any type of other fandom or particular media, TV show, or genre. Now, the second time I went out fursuiting was just 3 months ago when I went to my very first convention I've ever been to. And that convention was Wizard World Comic Con, located in New Orleans back in January of 2017. Now I will say I had a blast going there, and it was the most enjoyable fursuiting experience I've ever had in my whole life. And now based off of those 2 experiences I've had, I have collected some kind of knowledge and also some advice I feel like I can give to you guys about fursuiting, even though I do seem like I'm not the one who's in the best position to really talk about it, even though I haven't done it that much. But I do have some aspects and some advice I would give to other people that are getting into fursuiting. Now I've written down 3 basic key rules I feel personally for if you want to have a successful fursuiting experience. Here's a list of them. Number 1, make sure you stay hydrated. Holy crap, when you fursuit for a while, it gets really freaking hot. No denying that. Wearing a fursuit is the equivalent of having like 20 blankets wrapped around you, to be honest. So when you're going out in public, and be it especially outside, and you're walking around in that suit, you do tend to immediately start to sweat up after a while. So a good way to make sure you don't get a heat stroke while you're in your fursuit, or you easily exhaust yourself after about 5 minutes of fursuiting, make sure you drink some water beforehand. As well as make sure you have extra bottles of water to keep yourself hydrated once you do start to sweat up and you want to take a break. It's 120 degrees outside and I'm sweating my ass off in this animal costume. This is so fun! Number 2. Do not go fursuiting by yourself where it is not appropriate. Now, to be more clear with this rule of fursuiting, I want to be more specific when I say I see it to be very dangerous to go fursuiting by yourself. The reason why is because when you have that costume on, it does attract more attention. It potentially gets you into potential danger of someone attacking you, be it because they're ignorant or maybe they want to steal something from you. And not having a spotting partner around you to make sure you're safe can be a bad situation. I would say it'd be okay to go fursuiting by yourself if you're going to be going to an area where a bunch of other people are dressed up, be it for like a Halloween party or for a festival or for an event like I did that one time I was at a cafe. Once again, it is safe as long as you're in a very crowded population where a bunch of other people are dressed up in unique and different costumes, because you're just going to blend in with the rest of the crowd. So yeah, pretty much when you do wear that fursuit, you do become yourself more valuable as a target, so you have to make sure you have someone who's spotting there to protect you at all costs. Number 3. Do not go fursuiting in a work environment or a professional environment. I see a lot of videos on YouTube of people who go into restaurants such as like McDonald's or like really high crowded areas that have a lot of, things going on. And when they do that, I personally don't like it because I feel like it disrupts the other people of what they're supposed to be doing that are already been doing there. Like for instance, those videos of people who go fursuiting at McDonald's. I don't agree with that personally because of the fact that when you do that, it could be potentially that McDonald's is really populated at the moment and all the workers could be distracted by your fursuit, and it can delay people getting their food in on time. And that doesn't just go for McDonald's, that just goes for like any type of place where there's actually a lot of work that's required to be doing. I also see some videos of people who go to school in fursuit or go into malls in fursuit, and I know that a lot of people can be really iffy, and it can also potentially see that you as a threat because of the fact that you have a full-fledged mask on your head, which I can't understand. If people who don't know what furries are see that, they could potentially think that you're potentially gonna like rob the store or something like that because you have that mask on. That's just me personally. Pretty much what I'm saying for this rule is that if you're gonna go fursuit, don't do it it in a place where you feel like it's going to actually stop people from doing their job. Just don't do that. As well as fursuiting in a place that you feel like will cause a ruckus. Just think before you act, pretty much. And that pretty much wraps up all my fursuiting tips. Once again, I know that I'm not the person who has that much experience out of fursuiting, but I feel like the few tips I have given can be of somewhat of, value to you guys if you are new incoming fursuiters. Remember that these are just suggestions that are my opinion. You can take them with a grain of salt all you want. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of SeetherTalks for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button to further help out my channel, as well as consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you haven't already to further support me. It would be really appreciated. And with that, I have pretty much finished off this video for today. I have been SeetherCord, and I will see you guys next time. So, goodbye everyone.